Hey, Kurt and Kurt subscribers. uh, this was a response to the Cold War he was asking about. Start off when I was a kid. I'm only 32 now. When I was a kid, this was ended around the early 90s, like 91 or something. And by then, the whole communism had fallen apart, and Russia was falling into different states and becoming independent on its own. Before that, I had to be in by the street lights. Um, Sneakers were popular. We wore tight jeans, just a simple rock T-shirt or something. I didn't even know if that was popular then. Might have been those collards, butterfly collard with the green and yellow stripes. But history didn't really affect me until the space shuttle exploded, which was also involved in the Cold War back then, because when we got the man on the moon, it was a real big deal because we beat the Russians to it, which was a big deal. It wasn't until I got older I started reading or following up on history, how much of an effect this was a book. It's a book about the carrier that sunk, the USS Indianapolis that sunk. For about a week, the sailors were in the ocean for a whole week before they even got rescued. Actually, I think it was longer than a week. I don't remember exactly how long it was, but they dropped off the nuke that hit Hiroshima, before it happened, before it sunk. I read about World War II. This is the Russians, like the Jewish Russians or something like that. And there's some brothers. It's actually a lot like that one movie. I can't think of it. Schindler's List. Except this was no Germans. These were Russians, and it was like Robin Hood, and they were saving the Jews from getting killed out in the woods. Here's a Vietnam story. I think it was Vietnam. Was it Vietnam, or was it World War II? I don't remember. No, I think it was World War II. This is up around the Philippines. They're going to the POW camps. It's based on a true story. All of these are based on true stories. And then I actually went out with a girl that was Russian. I was in Russia. Let me tell you about that experience. When I was in Russia, my Russian girlfriend, her grandpa was a Russian general, and he was telling me about this story about when the Americans on one side of the river and the Russians were on the other side of the river. Now, I'm not sure what time period or what was going on exactly, because he was speaking in Russian and I had a translator, which was her mom, I think. And they were trying to tell me what was going on. And I think there was a bridge, and what happened was an American or the Russian went to get a cigarette from the American. They crossed the bridge, and they went to light a cigarette or exchange cigarette or something. I don't know what happened, but everybody's eyes were staring at that bridge because everybody knew the differences between the two sides. And it was just a moment. He said he just remembers that. And, my history with any war, it started all the way back up around the Korean War. My dad was in the Korean or Vietnam War. And my roommate in the Desert Storm. My family, I got a whole family history of all that sort of stuff with stories left and right. And my old roommate in South Carolina, his uncle was in Vietnam, but he was drafted. He didn't want to go. He was drafted. And he got shot like 4, 5, 6, 7 times, and he was left for dead. Not only did the Americans leave him there thinking he was dead, but the enemy, the Vietnamese walked right over him thinking he was dead too. And it wasn't until later for search and rescue that he was found and rehabilitated. And when he returned to the States, he got spit on and food thrown at him. And he didn't want to go. But that was the outcome. This Cold War was rough. It wasn't good. The whole reason we were in Vietnam was pretty much on an ideology of the Cold War. That we didn't want communism and stuff. It was stupid. Anyway, that's just what I know in my experiences. I was in Russia and I talked to people and stuff about it. And everybody's very much aware of it. So, you know, that's my thought.